Hello fellow collectors and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at the DX Zeztz sensor from Kamen Zeztz. This is another one of his little agent gadgets that he uses. I think we've only really seen him use this once or twice on the show. I don't know if he's already done with it or not. I feel like the mandate is to use these each one time just so they can make a toy of it. It does come with the Kamen Rider double capsule, so we'll take a look at that as well. And it kind of resembles like a little spider. Looks like you load the capsule in the back and then it has, different modes. If we take a look here on the back, it's got 4 different modes. It's got sensor mode, search mode, trap mode, and scan mode. I don't really know how different those all are from each other, but we'll try it out. And then it shows here where you can put the capsule in the back, and I guess it makes the spider legs pop out. So we'll see how that goes. And then, of course, you can use the double capsule with the Zeztz driver. We'll take a look at that as well. Over here on the side, just telling you what's included. Has a little QR code for the manuals. Over on this side, just kind of a cool little logo there. Shows the 2 items here on the top. And then on the bottom, just kind of give you some warnings. Looks like 3 LR44 watch batteries are included, which is always nice. You don't have to provide your own batteries. But yeah, this one should be pretty neat. We'll go ahead, get out of the packaging here, and we'll take a closer look. All right, so here's what we get in the box. Of course, we have the Zeztz sensor, and then we have the double capsule. Looks pretty cool. He kind of starts with his hands out to the side here, and then, I guess a current of wind, like a cyclone, picks up, and then he kind of does the count up your sins pose, which I think is kind of neat. I think that works. I don't think this gimmick really works, but I think it's cool that they chose the count up your sins pose for him, which is nice. I really like the kind of bright green they use for the color of the capsule. Would have been awesome if they could have done a capsule that was split down the middle to be green and either purple or black, but I understand that that's probably too difficult. Here is the little pin code system here on the back. So yeah, all in all, double capsule, pretty cool. We're going to put that off to the side for a moment and check out the Zeztz sensor. So the first thing I will say about this thing, it is incredibly temperamental. It's very hard to demonstrate functionality without it going off 100 times, so be prepared for that. But basically how it works is there's a button here on the front. When you hit it the first time, it's going to do sensor mode, then it's going to go into search mode, then trap mode, and then scan mode. And basically they all function the same way. There's kind of like a little LED or something here on the front that when you kind of break the thing, it goes off. I don't think this piece on the front here does anything. I think that's purely cosmetic. But basically, each mode, when the sensor is triggered, will shout out a phrase. And so it's 1 phrase per mode. You just switch through them by toggling, hit the button, let it do its thing, hit the button again, next mode, hit the button, and it'll just loop around. The nice thing is when you're done, if you hold the button down, it'll say completed and turn off. Because if there was no way to turn this thing off, you'd go mad. It just never stops. The design, pretty simplistic here. We have this kind of teal color of plastic here. A little bit of nice metallic red here on the front. Speakers over here on the side. This is where you attach the capsule. So if we take the double capsule here and you just plug it in like you're plugging it into the driver with this kind of flat area towards the back. So pop that in. The spider legs will pop open. Here is your battery compartment. You pull the little tab out of here when you take it out of the box to activate the batteries. If you would ever need to change the batteries, you just unscrew this. The little panel will slide forward. You can change the batteries, put it back in place, screw it back in. Very simple. You do not need to leave a capsule inserted for this to work. Literally, all the capsule does is make the spider legs pop open. That's all that it does. It's not needed for functionality. And technically, you could even leave these closed and it will still work. It doesn't matter. It's literally just something they came up with to give this thing capsule functionality. So it's not 100% needed, but it is there. So let's go ahead. We'll give this thing a try and see how loud and obnoxious it's going to be. All right, so we will hit the button. So it says sensor mission start. And it detected something already, so it shouts warning, warning. So there you go. If we hit the button again. So now it says search mission start. It says, I think it's saying hacking, but I'm not 100% sure. We hit it again. So now it says trap mission, and it's kind of meant to be like an early warning detection system. So you would set it somewhere, and then, you know, if something crosses its path. So it says hit, and then the last one here. Now it says scan mission start. I'm not 100% sure what it... I think it's supposed to say scanning. So I think it's saying scanning, but it says it really fast and it sounds kind of weird. So there we go. And then if we hold the button down, it says complete and it turns off. And like I said, thank God there's a way to turn this off, because otherwise you'd go mad. It's very temperamental. That was actually just now the calmest it's ever been. Most of the time, if it's on and you move it or do anything, it goes crazy. You know, it has all the sounds. And I'll be honest, like the 4 modes, I don't really know why. I mean, I get that they wanted to pack in as much functionality as possible, but they all kind of do the same thing. Sensor mode, scan mode, trap mode, and did I say scan already? Search. So I'm sorry. It goes sensor, search, trap, scan. They all work exactly the same way, just a different phrase when they notice something or something sets off the sensor. So it's kind of neat, but I think for the most part, it will be maddeningly annoying the more and more you play with it. It's very loud. And very sensitive. Like I said, at least you can turn it off. So I do appreciate that functionality. But yeah, overall, you know, it's fine. It's, you know, kind of neat, but I just don't really see myself going back to it very frequently, because it's probably just going to drive me mad more than anything. But the double capsum's cool. So let's go ahead and bring in the Zeztz driver so we can check that out. All right, so let's go ahead and pop this into the Zeztz driver. So that's awesome. You know, you got the double transformation jingle in there. I love the way it lights up one side green, one side purple. That's absolutely fantastic. Yeah, really like this one quite a bit. Then we can try it in the Zeztz phone as well. So yeah, it's an okay release. I mean, I definitely don't think this is something that collectors are going to be going back to over and over and over again. If you find it fun, I don't think it's too expensive and you just want to pick it up and play around with it a little bit. But I kind of expect that you'll get bored of it pretty quickly. The main reason to pick this one up is for the double capsum, which unfortunately I believe is exclusive to this set. Now, that said, there are plenty of other double capsums out there. Not the official, like, Cyclone Joker double capsum, but Axel's out there. I think Eternal's coming. I think Fang Joker, Joker, Skull. There's going to be a ton of capsum out there in the various Candy Toy and Gashapon sets that will give you the exact same sounds as the double capsum in the Zeztz driver. So if you're just looking for the functionality, you could skip this release, just get one of those capsum, and then, you know, be able to get what you'd get from this. But if you're into the aesthetic of it and you want the actual Kamen Rider double capsum, then unfortunately it is locked to this set. So maybe this would be a good one to pick up on clearance or something. I can't imagine this is going to be flying off shelves. If you can find it, maybe HLJ has a sale at the end of the year, or it goes on sale on Amazon Japan, or Toe Collectibles does clearance or something at some point. If you can find this one for cheap, then I'd say go ahead and grab it for the double capsum. But if you're really just looking for functionality and you don't have any interest in this toy at all, I completely understand that. I think you could definitely just grab one of the several other, double related capsum that are going to be out there, and it'll all give you the exact same functionality. So yeah, that's all I have to say about this one. It's not the worst, it's not the best, and it can be a little annoying depending on how temperamental it can be. But at least it turns off. I think that's the biggest deal. If this thing never turned off and I had to take the batteries out of it to get it to stop going off, that would be driving me mad and make me have a much worse opinion of this toy. But as it stands, it's got 4 modes. Technically, they're all kind of the same thing. Basically, it's got 4 phrases, and they all, all the modes work the same. It's okay, but it's just not super exciting. I mean, I'm sure, for the target demographic, this is definitely something that they would have fun setting it around the house and watching it scare people, or startle people, things like that. I think there's probably some fun to be had there. But as a collector, this is something that I'm probably just not going to go back to. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, thank you so much for watching.